Hey guys, welcome to the video number 318. My name is Ajay, and in this video we are actually going to talk about one of the very interesting situation where we will have a multiple account in the Outlook. And so if you have the multiple accounts, then obviously you will have the multiple folders. So the question is actually, if you want to actually go to a particular folder under that particular account and want to extract the files from there, Excel files from there, right? So in this video I'm going to talk about that. If you know my channel, then you must be able to understand what exactly I'm talking about, because in the Outlook we have almost 22 wonderful videos, and yesterday also there was a video which I uploaded, video number 317. So please go ahead and watch that video, because that's the first video you should actually watch. That's gonna make a lot of sense if you're watching this video, and if you have watched 317 before. Now what I'm actually talking about is, let me go to my this Outlook. This is my Outlook, and so you can see here that I've got here two accounts. Okay, and by the way guys, if you see that the screen is little stretched, it's not actually coming very even, then I do apologize, because my laptop actually is it has some issues. I was not able to record my the videos on my laptop due to some improper functioning of my the headphone, the mic. So what I'm doing is actually I'm using my old laptop, and I'm trying to take that laptop on the remote, so that's how. If you see a little kind of a deviation in the screen, as normally like we have the good screen, and this time it might be looking little awkward to you, little stretched to you, so please pardon me for that, but just wanted to actually share that with you, right? Normally in my all videos we have a lot of clarity in terms of everything. Okay, so please pardon me for that. And I was talking about in the previous video also, I talked about that if you have the two profiles, you can see here I have got two accounts created. Okay, and there was a question which I received from David actually. Okay, so David asked me that how to, if you have the multiple profiles, then what you need to do. This is, for example, I had some conversation with him, and this is the David which actually he has written, and then in order to give him the solution, I'm actually uploading this video. So what actually he wanted to do is, let me quickly tell you. So now suppose you have the one folder here which is created under the account called ajay.pamar1981@outlook.com. so if you want to run the loop, if you want to extract the attachments, Excel files or text file, whatever you have from this folder, then how you can do that. Now if this would have been one account, then guys, I have already talked about that in that video, in my previous videos, which you can find it out here. I think they are on my actually Excel playlist, which you can go if you're new to the channel. We have 42 different playlists, and you can see here these are all the different playlists, starting from the basic, advanced, and we have intermediate, every level actually of the video for you. So when you scroll it down, you would find here a video which actually talks about how to connect the Excel from the Excel. So you just need to scroll it down and you would find it out. Okay, so that I leave it to you, that you can search later. But the point is, in those different videos, I talked about how to run the loop and how to get the files from these basically emails, as you can see here. Right now, for example, this doesn't have any your attachment, so I go to the next file. If I click here, and you can see that this is the file. So we want to extract it, we want to save it on the desktop. But in this situation, in this question which David asked, the problem is that if you have the multiple accounts, then how Outlook is going to work on that, because you have to tell the Outlook that which account you are going to operate, from which account you need to operate. And for example, in this account also I have another folder where you can see that I have actually two emails, and if I open it, this is going to be the F, and if I open this, then this is going to be the test one. Okay, so this is what I'm going to today talk about. I'm going to educate you that if you have the multiple account profiles in your Outlook, then what you need to do. Okay, it's very simple actually. So let us go ahead and let us actually start preparing the tool. So I click on the Excel, and we're gonna make the code from here. So I go to the developer tab in the Visual Basic window. Now as usual, we create the insert the module, and you need to use the Outlook library, right? You must be familiar with this. If you have watched my all those 2021 videos on the Outlook, we are going to use the early binding method. So you use this Microsoft Outlook 16.0. Now a couple of you guys have asked me that when I say the late binding or the early binding, what exactly that means. So there is already video uploaded. You will find that video under the playlist Excel VBA introduction series, and or you can search on my channel late binding and early binding. Okay, you will understand the difference. I have talked about those things there. Okay, so once you have the Outlook reference, we will start preparing the code. So three things we are going to target here. The first thing which I'm going to target is the Outlook application, which is going to be the biggest application. Okay, Outlook application, because I'm going to deal with the Outlook application. Okay, then the second thing is because we need to go to the folder. Okay, so folder, because if you look at my folder, then in the folder I have different folders, and all of them are actually under the different profiles, right? So a folder, we will have to identify our folder also. Okay, so to identify the folder, you know that you got to use the namespace class. Okay, namespace class, we will use it. And now because you want to actually extract the files from that folder, once you have the folder in your hands, you would like to run the loop there, right? So to run the loop, obviously what you need to do, you need to actually check one email one by one, all the emails that which has the attachment. So definitely there is another class in the Outlook which we are going to use, mail item, because we are going to deal with the emails, and I guess we will be also dealing with the attachments, because we need to extract the attachment, text file, Excel, whatever it is, right guys? So these are the basically the classes, namespace, mail item, attachment, which we're going to use under this the biggest object called the Outlook. Okay, so let's start the code. So first of all, we will define our Outlook, because we are working on the Outlook. So how you define it? So I write here extract folder and multiple account. Okay, this is really indeed a very good question, because if you try to find out some good articles even on the Google or on the YouTube channel, it's not that it is so easily available. Okay, so this is going to help you a lot. And I talked about this in the previous video also, that why would somebody create the multiple accounts? That is also something which for many of you might be a new thing, right? Because if I look at this, generally Outlook has a one ID, but guys, as I explained in the previous video also, if you have multiple clients in your company, and you have the restrictions of sharing the data from one place to the another, or maybe generally because of the not sharing basically, but also for the reason that your client A wants your the email which should be created with their name, for example clienta.com, and another is client B dot @outlook.com. So in this way, sometimes you you make the different user account. Okay, so that when you want to deal with the client A, you can deal it with this ID, which is for the client A, which is on the client A server, and when you're going to deal with this, the client B, you can deal it with the client B. Okay, so this is how the things happen. It prevents the mixing of the emails. It should not happen that you're sending something from the client A from the client A ID, and you're sending the email to client B. That sometimes looks very weird. So you keep the business separate, and that's why you create these different IDs. Very simple. So let's come back to the code. So the first thing which I will do, as usual, I'm going to write here O as Outlook application. Okay, Outlook.application. We will define our O like this, Outlook.application. These are the very old lines now. I have recorded 20 videos, and 20 videos have these lines, and every time I make you understand, because I believe that every time somebody who is going to watch this video will be a new a new subscriber. So I explained this. Basically this is all about setting up the Outlook interface. Okay, so we're gonna have the O are now going to be treated as the Outlook object, right? Okay, so now what is the next thing? Next thing I want to, as I said, that because we will be running the loop in the folder, and in the folder we will be checking each email which has the attachment or not. So maybe you can write here omail as outlook.mail item class. Okay, this is how we define it, and this got to be create item, and then you start with the OL mail item. So this class OL mail item is responsible for my emails. Okay, now I need to also set up the folder. So to set up the folder, I give it a name called an ONSP as outlook.namespace. You can give any name, that's fine. ONSP equals to, how you define it, guys? You define it like this: get namespace MIPI. Now MIPI stands for, it's messaging, I think application, messaging application platform interface. I believe that's what it is, but you can Google it. But it actually helps you in locating your folder, because you want to deal with the folder. You want to tell that which folder I'm going to work on. So this is going to be very helpful. Okay, I'm just going to show you right away. Now you have everything set up, and it looks like a very generic code. Now the important point is how you actually get to see the account, I mean from which account you want to operate it. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to now set up the folder. Now to set up the folder, that I have the two accounts. So generally when you write the folder, I mean this is how you declare the folder. Let's say FOL as outlook.folder. Okay, now what is the next thing you do? Set FOL equals to, if it is a regular email, which means it's just a single user account, then you know that this is how we write: get default folder, right? You must have seen my in all videos, and this is from where you choose the folder. For example, if it is an inbox, let's say. Okay, now the point is, if I run this loop right away, if I run this, let me run this F8. I want to clear the concept also here. It's just not that the code I want to give you, but you should also understand what is happening. Now when I run this, look at this. FOL says it is equals to inbox. Now the question comes, which inbox? Because you have the two inbox here, guys. One is this and one is this, but there must be something which is by default it is taking, because you said get default folder. So how are you going to check? It's very simple. Let us go ahead and run the loop, and we would be able to understand. So for the loop, I will write for each email which is omail in my folder.items, right? I hope you know this, because this is one of my very most clicked video where I have talked about how to extract the attachments, and many people, they go there and they leave their comments. They find it very useful. Now let us go ahead and let us do one thing. Why don't we set up the omail.subject? Now subject, I want to get the subject line, so this will help us in understanding which inbox it is going to pick up. So let's go ahead here. First of all, how many emails I have, guys, here? What is this? One is the daily schedule, and the second is the test one. Okay, great. How many emails I have here? Well, it has just one email, and which has a subject called new. Now let's run this and let's find it out which one it is going to pick up. Okay, so there we go. Test one, it says test one, and then daily schedule. So now you get to see that. Okay, there is one more. Well, I guess it's blank. That's it. Okay, so now what you see is that it picked up this account actually, guys, because here you have those emails in this inbox actually. Okay, so here you have these emails. What is the daily schedule and the the test one, but here in this inbox, where we have this email called having this new subject, it did not pick that actually email. Okay, now for example, if I go ahead and further I want to maybe let me just send one more email from here, maybe from here in this ID. I want to show you. If I just write here one more email ID, and I'm gonna send it to this 1981 and hello, let me send that email. Okay, so that email, obviously that would also come here in this inbox. Okay, and by the way, this is the first email, this is the second email, this is the third, and the fourth one also I have just forwarded it in front of you. So when you run the loop, when you're gonna run this loop, okay, if I just quickly run this, let me run this F5 test 1 daily schedule, and the third one, which is the blank, and then the moment you will have the fourth email also, you will have all the four emails coming over there. Okay, so basically it's picking up the default account, which is 1981@outlook.com. okay, so that is the reason you cannot control this account. What if you want to go in the today folder, or maybe what if you want to go to this inbox? How to go that? That actually is a learning which I'm going to share with you today, because by default it's picking up the this inbox, which is coming as a by default feature, but sometime we have a situation in case of the multiple accounts, we want to go to the different accounts, and of course, and then I will also be telling you that not just the inbox, then within the inbox also if you want to have some information. Okay, so this is the old method and this is how we do the things. Let me just click on the update also, because I haven't received that email so far. So the one which I just forwarded it, update all, update the folder. Let me click here. Okay, it will come anyways, that's fine. But right now let's go ahead and let us see the trick. And the trick is that how you basically are going to write the code in the Excel to target the specific account. So this line I'm going to comment it out, because this talks about the default folder. How you're going to write this folder is, so you're going to write here ONSP, okay, which is your namespace, okay, and then you write here the session, and then in the sessions you have of course the account. Okay, now accounts, when I write, then I'm going to give my basically the account name. Okay, and so you write here account. Now in the bracket when you start, so what you need to do is you need to write here your account name, and the account name, as you know that I have my account name as it's gonna be Ajay, and it's 1981-2017. okay, and then dot let me correct this line. I think no, this is not the one. It should be ONMS. I beg your pardon, it's just a kind of a line you need to remember. So I write here folders, actually, yeah, the folders one. And once you have the folder, then you write here dot, and so write the folders here, folders, and then you're gonna give the name, index to the folder, and for the inbox it's actually 2. Okay, so I'll tell you why I have actually written here 2, and how you can check basically that what is going to be the number. So let me run this code, and so there we go, F8. I'm going to press F8, and now have a look here. The attempted operation failed, object could not be found. So that means it basically says that you don't have any account, and I beg your pardon, I forgot to write the outlook.com. okay, now let me press F8, and there we go. You see that the code run, and if I hover this says inbox, right? So 2 actually is the index for the inbox, guys. Now the question comes that if you want to work on a different ID, a different folder actually, so let's say you want to actually work on maybe a deleted item, or maybe on the draft, or maybe on any other folder, right? So what you can do is it's quite easy actually. You can change this to something else also. For example, I'm going to make it at 3, and once you have made it 3, let me just reset the code, and let's run the code again. Okay, let me scroll it up, it's little difficult, you know, to operate actually on the remote, but then again the work should not stop. I'll see that how long it's going to take. I think I'll still take 1 or 2 more days to get my laptop repaired, but I think we are fine. I mean, you can in the meantime see all these wonderful codes. I should not stop uploading the video. Okay, so now there we go. Now let's see what the folder has for you. Look at this. It is actually outbox. Okay, so every time, I mean, you know, you change something. So if I'm going to keep it as let's say F4, and I just run the code again. Let me reset the code. And now let's just run the code again. There we go. So let's have a look now. What is this? So you can see that you have the sent item. So basically this is all about, you know, changing the index here. So because I'm particularly going to talk about the inbox, so if I'm talking about the inbox, then obviously let me reset the code. I will be running there, you know, on the inbox of Ajay 1981 12017. Now when you run this, you get to see only one email. There we go. There we go, guys. Have a look. The same email which I was talking about, and then stop. If you remember, right? If you remember, we had only one actually email in my folder which belongs to this this one, inbox, which is a part of this account 1981, and this is called the new, right? So in this way you can define, this is the important code, set FOL equals to, this is how you define. So if I change this name to the another name, so if I'm just going to make it as 1981 at Outlook, I keep it like this, but this will be ajay.parmar. Okay, so if I just go ahead and do this, then what will happen, it will pick up the inbox of this one. Okay, and as you can see that this is also email I have received, which I just sent from my this account couple of minutes back. So now I have 4 emails, hello blank, and then daily schedule and the test one. So now the next time if you're going to run the code, if I run the code, see what will happen. Let me quickly press F5. There we go. Test 1, daily schedule, and the blank one, and the last one is hello, right? So this is how, guys, you can actually change these all the options. Okay, now, well, if you really want to pick up the default folder, then I would say that you can use this line. You know, there's no need to write the ID like this, because this is my default folder. But again, it's always useful. I mean, you can see that how the when you deal with the accounts, different accounts, what all things you need to take care of. Okay, so again, I'm going to create the another one which is not my default, so I'll just keep it 1981 one, and then I'm going to write here 2017. Okay, now the next thing which we want to do, once we got the inbox, we further want to go to the folder which is created actually inside that, which is today. So in my today, I have 2 files, as you can see here. If I double click here, we have the if file, and then if I double click here, we have the test file, and I want to save them on my desktop. And the folder is today, subfolder is today, and the folder is inbox, and the inbox is in this account. So what we will do is, after this folder 2, which is the inbox, if you have a subfolder, you know, then you can just need to write the name of that folder today. Okay, so now if you run this, then remember in the today I have the 2 emails. The name is, subject line is first file, second file. So if I go ahead and run this, I should be getting those names. Object doesn't support this property. Which property actually? I guess I just should have written here folders. Yeah, my mistake. All right, so it's coming. Now we should see here second file and the first file. There we go. That's it, guys. That's it, right? You get to see that. And obviously now you need to simply plug in the attachment, because if you want to extract the files, you know what you need to do. Just define any object as, let's say, ATMT as outlook.attachment. So while running the email, I would also like to run for each attachment in my email, which my, you know, the email I have, attachments, this is how we define it. This is this is the old code, and you will find this in many of my videos, okay, written there to achieve every time the different results. So from here you can save those files, you know the rest of the code, okay, if you have watched that attachment code before. So I'm gonna save that on my maybe D drive, F drive, you know, you can provide the path over there, and this is how we write, and the attachment name, okay, attachment file name actually. Yeah, that's it, you know, this is how you actually are supposed to run this. Okay, so if I run this, let me run this. There we go, there we go, the file is saved actually, right? I can see the file name also. If next the second is going to run, and this is test1, and that's it, enter. So in this way you can handle all the things, right? So if we go to your E drive, if I just take you to my E drive, let me just show you. So you know, the screen is looking a little stretched actually, and that's what I'm not liking it, but I guess still we can manage. It's not even that difficult, it's readable, and I hope it is understandable as well, whatever I have talked about. You can see here these two attachments, guys, they are saved, and today is 21st. You can see the date as well, 21st, right? So this is how you can play around with the different folders. Okay, so this is basically your the code which we have written here, and always remember you need to declare this folder in this way if you have the subfolders. If you don't have the subfolder, then just remove this folder and the brackets today, if you just want to, you know, talk about the folder part only. Okay, and of course don't forget to write the account name here. This is how it is written. Otherwise, if you don't have any multiple accounts, you can always manage with this line, and this is the line in fact in my all 20 videos I have used so far. But special thanks to the subscriber, you know, because he has actually talked about this beautiful thing, and you also, I'm sure, would have got a wonderful knowledge for this. So that's it for now, guys, and if you have any questions related to this, please do ask me, and I will be back with another exciting stuff very soon. And leave your comments, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and watch all those amazing 317 18 videos. They are on the Excel VBA, Access, and Access VBA. Thank you so much. Bye bye.